Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to Creating with Mimi. Today we are starting a centerpiece for a table, and deer seem to be the theme this year. I can't wait to share with you guys. Let me show you the base. Before I do that, if you like this type of content, subscribe and then leave a comment. Let me know what you guys are doing this year for your centerpieces. Share some of your decorating. I would love to know. Let's get started with the grand centerpiece for the table. Here he is. It's all metal. It's very heavy. This is a gold bowl, and this is the area that we're going to be working with to create the floral arrangement inside of this bowl. And I'm actually going to dress it up a bit. The color for the table is pretty much earth toned, keeping it really simple but elegant. And the client is so sweet. She has the wow factor about her, but yet she's elegant and she's very simplistic and just all around classy. I got some great names from the last deer, and we'll probably use some of those names to name this deer. But we're gonna get started with this arrangement, what's gonna go inside of it, and then I'll share with you guys the final table setup. Starting off with these lovelies, this a bronzy color with gold, and then we're gonna use some of the other balls. Everything is kind of going to be a ball since we're working with a round structure. I love this pick. This spray is simply just gorgeous. It's got like the white pearlized, and it has some fuzziness, but I love the color white. And obviously we've got some of these gorgeous sprays here. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's just gorgeous. They were on sale. Bringing in more color with some more gold and pearl beads, almost like cherry. And then we've got this gorgeous pick here, pine. It's just simply gorgeous. So we're gonna use those items. This is our bowl that we're going to be using. This is a very inexpensive white bowl. It does have a beautiful design on the outside, but we're not going to see that. This was picked up at Home Goods for like 16 bucks. I actually do this a lot with any floral arrangement. Sometimes I'll paint this out like a color, a black or a gold. So you can use it and array of design, but it's so inexpensive. You don't have to pay 100, 200 bucks just for the vase. Go to your local Home Goods, Pottery Barn, and just get something inexpensive. For this installment, I've already started with adding some foam at the bottom of the bowl. Normally this entire area would be filled with foam, but this is a temporary arrangement, and I don't want it to be permanent because all of these things that we're going to be using, I want to be able to take it apart and use it next year for something else. First time, I'm going to be working with some chicken wire, and you can pretty much get this from Home Depot. I got mine from Amazon. It has the right diameter of squares inside. I will leave a link for you guys if you want this exact same chicken wire. I am first going to start placing my heavy things inside. This is really heavy. It's the largest of the piece that I'm going to be using to cover up the bowl and create this fabulous piece. I will take it inside. I am going to secure it a little bit more, bend it down just a little bit before I spread it apart. I love this. Look how wide that is. All of these things are on wire. Two that I have in here now, they're the most expensive, or they cost the most. These, which is my secondary, the color is even different, which is fine. I'm gonna place that as a filler. I think I might add one more so that it really looks full.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
That's like perfect. Next, I'm going to start with the largest item. What would be the largest piece? I started with a base height, and pretty much it's about 12 to 15 inches taller than this. I've got to keep in mind that this is going to sit on top of a table. The deer in itself is probably 3 feet. So now that I'm adding this, I'm talking about 5 feet on top of a table, and so that's going to be pretty substantial. I've already cut all of these to the desired height that I would like. I just need to place them inside. I think that's pretty spectacular for a centerpiece. So now I'll work with fillers, just filling things in a bit. This is a tall filler that I have. Still working with the same color, just kind of working with filler. You can use any type of filler that you desire or that you would like to use. I'm using a light color filler because of the decor. I'm not sure about what's going on with the rest of the furniture or the area. I've only seen a couple of pictures, and that was really of the dining table area. So if I'm choosing to use something light, I can't go wrong with it working with whatever the client's decor is. And I think where the chicken wire is gonna come in handy is some of these I'm just gonna sit in here and I'm not gonna press it inside. Okay, you wanna make sure that you're filling in all the way around. So you're gonna walk around just to make sure you don't have any empty spaces. I'm loving everything that I'm seeing. I've got the green. I might want a little bit more green up inside. Let's add a few more pieces. I think these gold balls are so festive. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just sitting one on the opposite side. Now I'm switching the color a little bit. This one's going to be ivory. And so far, I'm only using 3 of these. I'm liking what I see, adding a little bit more sparkle, and I'm gonna just start mixing that around the bottom. That's gonna be a layer of texture. That's the only thing that we're doing is texturing. And don't worry about if you can't see everything, like I can't see that. It's okay because it's the background. It's the things that are running in the background of what it is that you're creating. And it will be fine. These are so good at adding the texture that I'm looking for. Look at this when I place this right in there. It's so cute. Now you can tie them and affix them with floral wire if you choose to. This arrangement is so beautiful. You could leave this out year round. If you want to take the pine cones off, you can, but it is simply gorgeous and it's so neutral. I think that's one of the reasons why you can use it year round. I love making beautiful arrangements. The arrangement that was made in the entry hall, sitting on top of a table, on top of another table, that arrangement I leave out year round because I love it. It's just gorgeous to walk into a space and actually see that. So I do want to add a little bit underneath, keeping in mind that when this is up on top of the deer, you're going to see what's going on underneath as well. So don't neglect what you do underneath. The last pick, and it pretty much picks up on the same thing, the same colors. It's just a smaller version of the large bronzy, the ivory color. This is just a smaller version of that. And I'm just going to just sit it and fill it in. It's not a big deal. And I'm only gonna use maybe about 10 of these inside of some of the greenery here. Here's another example of just the greenery leaf, and I'm just gonna sit that in. You could bend it towards the way the leaf is actually going. That is so pretty. I'll give you guys a spin around so that you can see what it looks like on this table. And maybe I'll put it inside of the actual deer that it's gonna go in, but you will see the final look once it's installed. So I'm gonna start off by just removing things. You don't know what you're going to use, so we're just gonna remove, have a clean slate, and get the party started.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little prison shop.
All right, guys, not sure if I'm actually gonna use this, but I wanna keep and continue on with the juxtaposition and the gorgeous ivory and this pecan tabletop. So I'm thinking about a runner, and this is a gorgeous, just simply gorgeous cotton runner. It's really, really elegant. It's simple. The look that we're going for is to be organic, so I don't wanna see silk. I don't wanna see a lot of fancy things. I just wanna keep it simple. This is what we got going on today. The grand dame for this is going to be our main centerpiece, which is our deer. This piece right here is drop dead gorgeous. The reason why I'm taking the time to show you guys this, because this is something that's year round. I could paint this any color I want. Matter of fact, I will be having this out year round later on. Keep in mind, you're sitting it on top of a table. I've already placed felt on the bottom. We talked about that. Felt is on anything that you place on top of a table. I even put felt underneath my furniture. I just want to protect everything that belongs to a client. This is our main centerpiece. I need to get him situated. What I love about him is I can sit him on top of the table. I can still have conversation because of the openness with the leg. This one's going to be gold. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want to name this beauty, but wait till the end, at the end of the video, when you see how everything is set up, and then we'll come up with names. Love this piece. And I'm just checking angles to see if I want it like that. And I'm gonna switch it around. I'm gonna put it slightly on an angle, and that's because of the way everything in the room is orientated. We're going to use this gorgeous 18-foot garland, and you've seen this before. I use it in my family room. I absolutely love this color. It is so lush and so green, and it looks so real. I haven't decided 100% how I'm gonna lay this out, but I want this on the table. Our first edit, we're gonna take the runner off the table because it's not gonna work with this garland and the way that I want it to move. So this comes 18 feet long. You can get it 6 feet, 12 feet. Obviously, it's too long for this table, so feel free, you guys, we can cut. This is not, it doesn't have lights in it right now, so we can always cut it and create your own length, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to cut this with my handy dandy pliers here. I'm making it much shorter than it needs to be, and now I'm gonna rotate this inside a little bit. Keep in mind, it seems like a lot on the table, but when you guys see the final outcome, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is just gorgeous. I'm okay with cutting this. Don't be afraid to cut things if it doesn't suit the size, or switch it out if it's not suiting the style that you need. Everything is on a wire, so it is completely bendable. And I'm gonna slide that piece through there because I do wanna create more of a haven. I decided to add this gorgeous black charger because we've got some black trim, and this is so decorative, inexpensive, it adds texture. We always talk about texture. Texture and contrast is what's gonna keep us to the point where we're not bored. So we're just gonna add the black around. With the black next to the ivory and the pecan walnut table. Oh, I love that garland. I love that garland. This garland is so unique. You see how it's in the way over here, but it has wire inside of the limbs, so you can just bend them and move it out of the way, but you're gonna still see that luscious garland. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. Now we're gonna start with the plate setting, and look at these plates. Do you guys see that? Do you see the edge on that plate? Talk about style. And then this is the salad plate. We're gonna place that. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, I love that, like so. I'm adding this napkin, and you guys know how I like to do it, the white napkin on top of that black plate. I just fold the top just ever so, and then the bottom of it, I do want to just sneak out and say hello underneath the plates. And I showed you guys, this is a gorgeous setup. Oh my gosh. Now look at that black-white contrast with this pecan walnut table. White and ivory's flowing to the chair. You have the floor matching, not matching, but complementing the table. The colors that are going through here is just outrageous. Absolutely stunning. Next, I'm gonna add candles. The first set of the candles, we're gonna have multiple candles on this table, and that's always beautiful when you're entertaining to add candlelight. You guys know that I love a well-lit table. Position them just in different ways. There's no real rhyme or reason as to how it's gonna be set up because there's gonna be multiple candles on the table. Let me give you guys a close-up of this candle. Again, we're creating contrast just with the shape of this candle. Really simple. It complements the guest of honor, which is, let's call him Vixen for now. How about that? Place some embellishments, and I don't even know if they're gonna stay. Keep this in mind, guys. We always talked about this. I'm just gonna edit as we go along. We are always editing. And that's what you guys are gonna do. You're not, you know what, if you purchase these, you don't have to be sold out and restricted to using what you purchased. If you don't like it as you go along, you take it out, just like I did with the runner. But I'm loving this because this floral is drop dead gorgeous. It picks up on the taupe from the table, and the green picks up on the green for the rest of the house. I know you guys can't see that, but this is just so yummy. It's just making it delicious. And what I'm doing is I'm hiding some of the connections that I've already used with the wreath. Why do I keep calling garland wreath? I keep saying that on every video, but it's garland. And I'm just placing it in here like so. And I'm mainly positioning it at a person's plate so that they can love on everything that you guys are seeing now. Next, I will be adding more candle holders. These candle holders, they are a new purchase. I will leave the link down in the description, and they're really reasonable. Everybody needs these candle holders. They're just gorgeous, and I'm gonna sit a lot of them all over the table. I want to create that environment, that atmosphere of everybody's beautiful. These are cylinder candle holders. Ooh, they are just gorgeous. You can use these over and over and over again. In the middle, in between some of the garland. Hey guys, you know I love a good light, so I'm gonna add these sparkling lights that I have everywhere, and I had them untangled, and as soon as I turned the camera on, they got tangled again. Here we go. So I'm gonna add the lights inside of this garland. And I probably should have did this first before I set the table up, but I forgot about my lights. But it's never too late. And I think I can get it all the way around. Since I have all of this other stuff on the table, I'm literally going to place it around, use the limbs to tuck it in. Soft light always looks very romantic, and we're just gonna add them. These are cylinder candle holders. We're gonna start placing the candles inside. Last thing that I'm adding to this garland is this pick right here. It reminisces what's coming on top of Mr. Vixen. So I need to bring what we're doing on top down to the bottom. Slide that in there like so, just sporadically throughout. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Simply gorgeous. And you only need a couple. I'm only using maybe 5 to 6. It is just a few. Oh, simply gorgeous. One more tip. So not only am I elevating this entire table here, I've got elevation throughout the table, so that creates contrast, it creates interest and texture. Now I'm placing the tall candles inside of the candle holder, and that just stands up. Everything is bringing your eye up. And that is it. Now that we've got our, what do you call this thing?
I don't know.
Guest of honor. Now that we've got our guest of honor in place, guys, and this is part of editing, we're gonna need to move some of these candle holders because we don't wanna have a hazard. So I'm gonna move this way. So last thing that I'm adding is I'm giving him, since he is a male, a little bow tie, right? Because this just adds to the texture. Place that on front, just like so. Ooh, he is so adorable. And a couple of more embellishments. Because he's a reindeer, he needs a bell. Jingle bells.
On this cold December day, we are on our merry way, riding along, just singing a song, barreling through the snow. Bells are jingling, snowflakes tingling, Rudolph knows where to go. On this cold December day, I am piloting my sleigh. The work to be done on my Christmas run is the most tired chore. No girl or boy without a toy, so giddy up, Rudolph, my dear. 8 pair of antlers, onwards ever go. I am piloting my sleigh. The work to be done on my Christmas run is the most tired chore. No girl or boy without a toy, so giddy up, Rudolph, my dear. 8 pair of antlers, onwards ever go. Dasher and Prancer, moving through the snow.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me.
Hi guys, welcome back to Creating with Mimi. Yes, Christmas is here, my favorite time of the year, and I can't wait to show you guys this video. Right now, I'm just taking things off of the entry table. This is the way it looks year round, and I'm just starting from a fresh slate. I love to empty out things just to get my creative juices flowing. I'm going to place a protector on top of this console table because I'm not going to move it out this year. I'm going to leave it in place. And so this is just like a thin coat of batting that I will place down just so that I don't damage it or scratch the surface. We're gonna start off this year with the Nutcracker, and that's pretty much going to be the theme for the entry hall and the dining room, the two areas that you see when you first walk into the house. And this guy right here sets the stage. Picked him up at Sam's Club, and I thought it was just so gorgeous. 6 foot tall. He actually lights up, and it's not a battery operated light, it's a plug-in. I actually have about a dozen nutcrackers that I've collected over the last 20 years, and you guys will see them throughout some of the videos. I'm going to place about 3 or 4 different nutcrackers in the entry on this console table, which is about 84 inches long. It's a pretty sizable table. Absolutely love it. It will go with a lot of different decors. This particular item I purchased at Sam's Club, and it lights up. It's just like a present tower, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm actually going to utilize it. It was just the colors and the fact that it actually lit up. I don't think I'm going to use it in this entry because it's a lot of colors and it's getting pretty busy. Probably use it in another area. I finally figured out what I'm going to use, which nutcrackers I would like to utilize. So I'm going to move on to actually placing a Christmas tree on the end. And this is one of about 6 pencil trees that I will use this year. Love this tree. I paid about $35 for it at Michael's, and they have them every single year. I will leave a link. This is a 6-foot pencil tree, and by the time I'm decorating it, fluffed it out, added bows and ribbons, it will look like a 9-foot tree. I think that this is such a bang for your buck. You can put up as many of them as you want because they're very light. You don't have the fuss of a heavy tree, and I just absolutely love them. I place them on top of tables. You will see them throughout this year for Christmas decor. This ribbon treatment is called the Cascade ribbon treatment, and I did do a video of how to place ribbon on a Christmas tree. So this is one of several different techniques that I will be utilizing this year, and I love it. It's just so simplistic, and I'm going to add the Christmas bulbs on the tree, ornaments, and I'll be adding picks as well. Decided to add the believe sign, and that's the sign that I showed you guys of one of the purchased from TJ Maxx. And then I'm adding garland at the bottom of this just to dress it up a little bit. I love the double wreath, and I actually just had one wreath. I thought the bottom of it was a little empty, so I added a second double wreath, and that wreath has pearls. It's really simplistic, but it's the texture that you see that gives it the element and the dimension that I'm looking for this space. And so right now I'm just going to fluff up the garland and add some picks to it in a different color and texture as well. This is such a neat trick in order to add fullness to a space that you just want to keep very simplistic. Adding fairy lights to this garland, it just sets it off because it's an undertone layer and it's an undertone texture that I'm adding. And I will add those fairy lights. I will try to leave a link to fairy lights. I still add the fairy lights to a Christmas tree because it gives it, again, a different texture. Right now I'm adding just the frosted picks, and they're white flock picks that I'm just going to add in here, and it just gives it a dimension. I'm tying in that frosted white pick with the pearl frosted wreath that you see and the red ribbon. I'm using traditional colors this year, which is a little bit different for me. I haven't used the traditional red, green, and gold colors for quite some time, and I'm enjoying it. I'm welcoming those colors back, and it's coming together really nicely. Some of those very same picks that I've added into the garland, I'm going to bring it up top to the eye level and add that inside of the wreath. And again, I'm just texturing, complementing, and adding different elements together. One thing that I do want to share is this tree I placed on a swivel stand, so it rotates 360 degrees around, and it's something that is just absolutely gorgeous to see that tree rotating around. On the opposite side of the entryway, I kept it really simple because the left side was pretty heavy. So I just added these small tabletop trees that I picked up at Lowe's. Completely love the way this entry turned out. Yes, it's over the top. This is creating with Mimi, being as creative as possible with your mind. Look at the double wreath with the red ribbon and the red belief sign coming through. This is wonderful. The nutcrackers are all lit up. The fairy lights down below on the garland with the white and the pine cones, simply gorgeous.
Come joining us all. The feeling is here today. Come on now, let's go. Caroling through the snow all day. We've been good, but we can last. Hurry Christmas, hurry now. What's under the Christmas tree for you and me? Oh, little bear toys that cuddle and woo, dinosaurs, boats, and kitty cats too. Santa Claus is coming. I know that Santa Claus is coming.
Hi guys, welcome back to Creating with Mimi. Today's video is all about Christmas, my absolute favorite time of the year, and we are going to be working in the dining room. Currently, I'm going to remove all the items that normally are displayed on the table, and I'm going to get ready and set up for the Christmas holiday. Come along and enjoy. I'm going to clean the table just to give it a fresh cleaning and get started with the arrangement. This table wreath, I'm going to start off just placing this on top of the table since it's white and it's painted, just so that I can protect the table. And then I'm gonna get started with the wreath that's actually gonna go on the table. Okay guys, I'm gonna get started with this tray. I've had it for some time. I was actually going to use a glass tabletop to place the wreath on top of it. Can't find the piece of glass that I'm looking for, so I'm going to work with what I have, and I will use this tray. You're not going to be able to see it once the wreath is done to begin with, but even if you could, I think it's a beautiful piece and it can be utilized for this project. I'm going to use my wire cutters for this. I might use the hot glue gun. I'm going to try not to use it because I want to be able to take this apart and use it for other things or another project. Use the pieces that I am going to place the bulbs, and I just want to be able to mix it. Once you hot glue it, sometimes it's permanent. You mess up the item with the glue around it. So I'm going to try not to use the hot glue, but I also want to make sure that it's safe. Initially, I was going to utilize garland to make this wreath, but when I went to Hobby Lobby to get the garland, I saw this and decided I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I just got a wreath. But you could just use garland. This wreath is battery operated, and I'm going to just sit it on the tray. Because I'm going to elevate this, I want to make sure that it is pretty solid. And right now I'm just fluffing it up. To expand it, it is a lighted wreath. And I'm truly cheating because I'm just eliminating about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 different other steps. Like this came with the lights on there. It has the berries on here, some berries, but I am really going to add to this. Let me get the floral ribbon. It's easier if I just have a few pieces already cut that I think I'm going to use. And it just makes things a little bit faster. I'm going to start with my bulbs, and I've got some beautiful bulbs that I actually want to use, and I think I'm going to hot glue these. There is another type of glue. It's a floral glue, which is a hot glue that you can get. I use that on my wreaths, especially the wreaths that I'm going to hang up, and so that the bulbs don't fall off at all. Anything that I'm going to elevate, I'll use this type of glue, but I don't want to use it here because I truly want to be able to remove. Currently, I'm just placing and taking out all of the balls that I would like to use for this wreath, and any type of greenage or accent. Right now, this beautiful branch, it's so earthy and natural, and then it's got some bird nests inside of it. I will be utilizing this. I know that we're not really working with the purple, but the colors that I'm bringing in for this wreath, it's an offset from what you see in the entry. This beautiful fuchsia with the red and then the pink. It is absolutely amazing once you see this color play on one another. Next up, it's time to add a little bit more green foliage to this so that I want to give it a real authentic type of look, kind of like I threw things together and just created a beautiful piece of art. This white pick that I'm adding right now, it's kind of like it's a pearl, and it's an off-white, and it's just going to give me that element of contrast that I'm looking for. It has a brown branch, and then it has a pearl off beige finish. Absolutely love it. Adding the finishing touches, and this is a cranberry type berry. It's long, it's about 8 inches in length, and it just gives you that element of unexpected, and it's the icing on the cake. Simply gorgeous. Since I'm working with the items that I already have, I just took this table from another part of the house, and it's perfect because it's narrow at the bottom and it has a base that I can sit this wreath on top of, and it doesn't obstruct any of the view if you actually want to dine there. Just checking to make sure that it's pretty stable, just in case it gets bumped. God forbid it falls over and someone's sitting at the table, but I absolutely love the way this turned out. Just a hint of the pink with the cranberry and the red. It is very, very organic and I absolutely love it. A little unusual for that to be the only thing on the table. I did add a couple of little accents pieces to go along with it, but I just wanted this room to be so simplistic since the entryway has a lot going on. Bringing your eye through, I wanted the light fixture to take precedent and then just have an elegant and simple wreath. This is the view when you open the front door. It is absolutely amazing.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
Very Merry Christmas we'll have this year. Very Merry Christmas without all tears. Every night, every day is a happy holiday. A very Merry Christmas to you. Very Merry Christmas.
Welcome back to Creating with Mimi. Today's video is all about Christmas and we are outdoors. I love decorating outdoors for every single season. Right now I'm adding a nail into the stucco so that I can hang a wreath. The good thing about this video, guys, is everything that I'm using I've already had. There's nothing new that has been purchased for this area outdoors. And I am pretty excited about that. Each time I can save a couple of nickels in my pocketbook, I am all for it. Let's get started. This wreath I've had for about 20 years, and you guys get a great view of watching me unpack it. I pack these things very well, and this is just painter's plastic from your local home improvement store, and I wrap this wreath in. I used this one last year in the living room for the color, and it's a rose pink. I'm so excited to have it outside. It's just going to bring so much life to the space. The wreath is hung, and I'm super excited about that because I wasn't really sure if we were going to get it up there. To move on to adding cluster bulbs on the wreath and just sprucing it up a bit. Some of the bulbs broke in transit, so I do need to fill up a few of the areas and add clusters. I'm just going to make it clusters so that I don't have to spend so much time just individually placing bulbs on the wreath. Yes, I am adding a tree to the outdoors. I do this quite often. I will place 2 to 3 trees outside on the front porch, in the back. This is that tree that I was telling you guys about from Michael's, and it is a 7-foot pencil tree. It literally takes me about 6-7 minutes to put this tree up, and it's just beautiful because by the time I put all the bulbs on and any type of ornaments that I'm going to place on there, it really does look like a full tree.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring, it will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, and that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring, it will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. 'cause I've got my love to keep me warm. And what do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. Oh, winter weather, I love the winter weather, 'cause Christmas time is pulling us closer to each other. Winter weather, now we can get together. Oh, Christmas time is pulling me closer to your heart.
This tree is super whimsical. I've added butterflies and deers, mixed the bulb color up with a teal, a seafoam type green, large bulbs, small, and I've added floral as well.
Hey, I'm gonna jingle with you now. How much fun it's gonna be together. What do I get?
Next, I'm going to be working on this dough bowl, and what I'm doing is just making it really simple. I'm just going to have a batting on the bottom and actually just place Christmas bulbs, add more texture and color to this space, and just keep it really simplistic. I'm not adding an awful lot out here because it is the winter. It does get windy and the rain, and so I just want to keep it very simplistic when it's time to put things away.
Get together. Oh, Christmas time is pulling me closer to your heart.
Closer to your heart.
Closer to my heart.
Come on, I need to hear you now.
Jingle, jingle, jingle with me now.
I got my love to keep me warm. Oh, winter weather, I love the winter weather, 'cause Christmas.
I've added sandbags at the bottom of it, so I just want to show you guys that this beige sack underneath is a sandbag. Now I'm just going to start accessorizing and placing things that I want to see on an everyday basis. Some beautiful pillows. I will finish off this right area underneath the tree with a tree skirt. And then I'll place some items on top of the tree skirt, on top of the fireplace area. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I know I say that all the time, but I really do. I love the deers, the different colors, the different textures, and it's something that's unexpected for the outdoors, but it is so beautiful. Each and every day that I come out and I walk out and I see this, I say, this is just gorgeous, and I'm glad that I took the time to put it all together so that I can enjoy every single inch and every single moment of this holiday season. I love the wreath. I love the way the balls turned out inside of the doughboy. Just simplistic and very, very elegant. Those beautiful pillows on top of the sofa, that splash of pink or fuchsia, and then you've got the rose gold. It is just wonderful.
Christmas way. Soon there will be sleigh bells and Santa Claus. It's the number one most magical time of the year. Mistletoe hanging everywhere, waiting to declare that love is here in the air. We can stroll side by side all night. I'll hold your hand so tight and always remember the way that we feel. Look at us now, walking around in the snow. We do it in a very Christmas way. Soon there will be sleigh bells and Santa Claus. It's the number one most magical time of the year. Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes.
People, and welcome back to Creating with Mimi. I'm so excited about today's video. It's all about Christmas, and this is the living room. We're gonna start off with this stand that I will be utilizing for the main Christmas tree. There is a video out as to how I made this. I made 3 of them a couple of Christmases ago. It's placed on wheels so that it's easy to maneuver through any small area. This particular stand is about 3 by 3 and it's about maybe 3.5 feet tall as well. So this is going to be my main stand for the center tree, and then I just draped it in this gorgeous copper taupe shimmery fabric. I wanted something that had a little reflective material, and this finish was it. Absolutely love it. Didn't want to utilize a large side stand, so I went outside, guys, and I went and picked up this small stand, and this is the finished product of the 3 trees together because I wanted a variation in height, but I didn't want to take up a lot of room. I'm gonna start with decorating the Christmas tree, and I've already fluffed it up. Now I'm adding the fairy lights to the tree. Even though this is a lighted tree, I absolutely love adding fairy lights to almost everything: trees, wreaths, garland. Fairy lights add so much more sparkle to any tree, and it just makes the finished product magical. The fairy lights that I have, I've purchased them, guys, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, but you can get fairy lights, and I'll see if I can link some that would be a good substitution as well in the description box. Typically, guys, one of the first things that I do when I'm decorating a tree is decide on what colors I want to work with, and I do start with my topper because it kind of sets the tone for everything else. And I did a video where I purchased this particular topper from Hobby Lobby, and when I first saw it, I knew, because I would work with neutral and earth tones, that this would be a great topper. It's not too much, but it does have a flair to it, and it's just unique, and I wanted this space to be very unique but at the same time very calming. So I'm placing these as my toppers, and I'm just selecting them and installing them as I see fit. And you guys can do the same thing. You can choose whatever you want. There are no rules about what you're going to place as a top, what items you're going to place on the tree. It's your tree, it's your house. Next, I'm starting with the ribbon. I love having a double ribbon. I doubled this ribbon up as well. So there's a larger ribbon below, and then I added a reflective smaller ribbon on top. And this particular style is called the Cascade, and it's so simple to use, but it's very dramatic in its finished effect. You just take the ribbon and you cascade it down a tree. If it's an artificial tree, you can actually use the limbs of the tree to tie it down. So this is super, super easy. I did complete a video as to how to put ribbon on a Christmas tree just to make it even simpler. There are different types. You can actually do cascade. I'm going to use two different types for this tree where we do a spiral. You can actually have bowls on a tree. So they're very different techniques that you can actually use to put ribbon on the tree, and it's a fantastic finish and outcome. Once my ribbon is on the tree, I start with installing the balls or the Christmas bulbs for the tree, and I would naturally start with the larger ones depending on the size and the color. So I've already placed the larger bulbs on, and it's that taupey brown color, and now I'm placing silver, and it's not really a silver, it's almost like a champagne because it has a taupe undertone, but it does have the silver on the tree. Up next, I am adding a different color bulb and a different size bulb, and I'm placing them next to an existing bulb, which is called clustering. So it gives that impact effect when you put 2 to 3 balls together and you cluster them on the tree. It fills the space, it brings the eye upward, and it's such a dramatic texture, but it's a simplistic way of actually adding impact to the tree. Final step is just adding all of those special things that you like. Currently, I'm adding an angel, and she is gorgeous. So when I saw her in the store, she has all of the right colors. We've got the taupe, the brown, and then she has on this gorgeous beige dress. I just thought it was simply gorgeous. In addition, she's got wings on the back of her, so the angel is very angelic and simply just gorgeous. I absolutely love her. Adding floral as a final touch is simply the icing on the cake, and I've selected another neutral tone creamy floral, and it has some shimmer on the leaves. absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I used 2 different kinds for this tree. All of this was purchased at Hobby Lobby, and it's a sizable floral stem, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And I just positioned them in some of the holes that I find in the tree, or areas that I want to have an accent and impact. Now that the center tree is completely done, I'm turning on the lights and I'm just checking everything out, making sure that it works for me. The center tree in this triangular tree placement has a rotating effect. So it is on a rotating stand. It will rotate, and the 2 trees on the other side will just be affixed to still. Starting with the left tree, and I wanted to use some of the same bulbs, but since the 3 trees are sitting together, I did want it to have a different effect. So I actually am going to utilize different objects for this tree. The champagne taupey color bulb is the bulb that I'm going to use the majority. So that's what you're going to see on the majority of this tree. And then I'm going to actually use different color picks. Some of the picks that I'm actually using are the berry pick here, and I use this pick in the entryway or dining area on the wreath, and it just has the perfect hint. It has a taupey color. Then you've got the chocolate Santa. It's the right color brown that I'm adding in there, and this is a very good angle and shot of that champagne silver bulb, and it's mixed with the white bulb next to it. The white bulbs are actually on the main tree, so I'm tying in those elements together. But this pick is just gorgeous. It's simplistic and it's elegant because the center tree is full and it has a lot of items on there. The outer trees, I want it to be more simplistic. Absolutely love the way the center tree came out. I used about 4 or 5 different Christmas bulbs, 2 different florals, different picks. This is a larger pick on this tree, but look at the colors. You've got copper, taupe, beige, champagne. It comes together and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
If you like this video and want to see more, subscribe. Hit that ring notification bell and you will be notified each time there is a new video. What are you waiting for? I would love to have you. Until next time, make every day a great day.